A comprehensive guide to analysis of variance, ANOVA. Analysis of variance, ANOVA, is a fundamental statistical method employed in various fields to examine differences in means across multiple groups. Developed in the early 20th century by Ronald Fisher, ANOVA has become an essential tool for researchers in disciplines ranging from medicine to marketing. By identifying whether the differences observed in data sets are due to chance or genuine distinctions, ANOVA assists specialists in making informed, data-driven decisions. What is ANOVA? At its core, ANOVA enables the comparison of arithmetic means across 3 or more groups simultaneously. Instead of performing multiple two-sample t-tests that can increase the likelihood of type 1 errors, ANOVA consolidates these comparisons into a single test, making it a more robust statistical method for hypothesis testing. Key concepts. Independent variables, factors: the variables that are manipulated or categorized. In a one-way ANOVA, there is one independent variable, whereas a two-way ANOVA involves two independent variables. Dependent variable, the outcome or response variable that is being measured. Null hypothesis, H0, the assumption that there are no significant differences between the group means. Alternative hypothesis, H1, the hypothesis stating that at least one group mean is different from the others. Types of ANOVA. 1. One-way ANOVA. This method is employed when testing the means of 3 or more groups based on one independent variable. For example, one might compare the test scores of students across different teaching methods. 2. Two-way ANOVA. This technique assesses the impact of two independent variables on one dependent variable. It can also evaluate the interaction effects between the two factors. An example would be analyzing how both teaching methods and study environments influence student performance. The ANOVA formula and calculation. The ANOVA test essentially partitions total variance into components attributable to different sources. The formula for the ANOVA F statistic is $F equals \frac MST MSE where F equals ANOVA coefficient. MST equals mean sum of squares due to treatment, variance explained by the independent variable. MSE equals mean sum of squares due to error, variance due to random error. A significant F statistic suggests that there are meaningful differences among group means. Application of ANOVA. ANOVA is extensively used across multiple fields. Medicine, researchers can evaluate the effectiveness of different medications or therapies. For example, they may compare the recovery rates of patients using 3 different treatments for the same condition. Marketing, marketers analyze consumer preferences by comparing purchasing behavior across different customer segments. ANOVA can reveal if a marketing strategy is more effective for one demographic compared to others. Education, educators may assess whether students from different educational backgrounds perform better under varying instructional methodologies. Manual calculation of ANOVA. In scenarios where statistical software is unavailable, ANOVA calculations can be performed manually, though this is more labor-intensive. The process involves calculating the sums of squares and then deriving the mean squares. 1. Calculate the grand mean, the average of all group means. 2. Calculate the SST, total sum of squares. 3. Determine the SSR, sum of squares due to regression, and SSE, sum of squares due to error. 4. Derive MST and MSE to calculate the F statistic. Historical background. Developed by Ronald Fisher in 1918, ANOVA has its roots in several statistical methods that preceded it, like the t-test and z-test. Fisher published the methodology in 1925 in his book, Statistical Methods for Research Workers, and its influential nature has led to its widespread adoption in experimental design and analysis. Conclusion. ANOVA remains a powerful method for exploring the relationships between multiple variables and identifying significant differences among groups. Whether you're a novice in statistics or seasoned in analytical methods, understanding ANOVA is pivotal to effectively analyzing data. By providing a structured approach to determine true sources of variation, ANOVA empowers researchers and analysts alike to make sound conclusions based on statistical evidence. If you are looking for a refresher on the various statistical tests often utilized in finance studies, consider leveraging various resources, including academic papers or statistical textbooks, to solidify your understanding of these crucial concepts.